Francisco Ferrero, 5206 Brookline Avenue, West New York, New Jersey. First things I'm going to ask about is something you just mentioned, Mr. Mayor. You just finished mentioning that you just found out about the problems with the parks, like no water in the parks, the graffiti in the parks falling apart, no swings in the parks not being opened. You just found out about that today?
Well, that's what you're saying, Mr. Ferrer. I just did find out about the water, yes, the water.
You found out about the water not being on in the parks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, that's part of the issue, Mr. Mayor, that you don't know what's going on around in your town. Yes, none of the parks have working water. For weeks, we got people coming into our office complaining because they come to your office and get nowhere. That's a shame. You're the mayor. You should know about what's going on in your town. Don't you see the problem in leadership right there? Now, to my next question.
Mr. Ferrero, before you say leadership, sir, I have the distinct honor of serving our country for 36 years. Having said that, that's leadership, sir.
You're not being a leader here in this town, that's for sure. Maybe you served in the Army grade, maybe you were a great doctor, but as far as a mayor, no, you failed that leadership role. Now, the next question, you want to make the DPW now go and start fixing sidewalks. Right? That's what you're proposing.
You've been doing it for a year and a half, sir. Yes.
You've been fixing some sidewalks by coincidence on 60th by your office.
No, sir.
People's sidewalks, whose sidewalks have we been fixing for a year and a half?
I can give you an update today of all the sidewalk we have done on the whole 60th Street.
Residential? Have you done some residential sidewalks?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you have.
Yes, sir.
So now you owe it to anybody else in the town to get the same treatment.
We're doing the whole town, sir.
Okay, so you're going to do everybody's sidewalk in the whole town?
Including your house, if you have one.
No, I don't have a house.
I just want to clarify, let me clarify something with the street. Anything on Bergen Line and 60th, there's always the responsibility of the town to, when Alvio Series had put that project, those pavers. So the town took responsibility. When it comes to off that 60th and on regular streets, no. We have no business being there to fix the sidewalk.
Well, Mr. Mayor just finished saying that he's going to fix everybody's sidewalk now.
I don't understand when you started.
Well,
Also, Mr. Barbage's commission just said Bergen Line also. We're doing Bergen Line Avenue also.
all right, you just finished saying that now you're going to do everybody's sidewalks in the town of Westchester.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm going to pass that great news on to the residents.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
And your DPW, your two DPW guys are going to do this?
They're doing it, sir.
And what guys are supposed to clean Bergen Line? The garbage cans, the rubble on Bergen Line. Have you, in the last few months, 2 or 3 months, walked Bergen Line Avenue from West New York into Union City? It almost looks like you went from Beverly Hills to Iraq.
That was my campaign, the same thing I said during my campaign.
I don't care about your campaign.
Okay,
I'm talking serious here. This is not a
very
joke.
serious.
West New York looks dirty as hell.
I thank you for your comment.
When are you going to do something about it?
I thank
Our
you for your
streets are
comment.
being cleaned, but you want to go do everybody else's sidewalks.
I thank you for your comment.
Okay, great answer, great leader.
Thank you.
Now, the next thing is,
Don't break too
give
much.
me
Just
one
take your
second.
time.
I will. I see that we got time today, so I will. Gil, quick question for you. How many year abatement does the Meridian Park Avenue have?
Say that again?
How many year abatement does the Meridian Park Avenue have?
I have no clue.
I asked you already. I wanted the answer from him because I see some paperwork that fine's been extended, Joe. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but I've seen paperwork that fine is actually 15 or 20 or something like that.
I'm sorry, but I don't.
You are not aware of that? The paperwork came from your desk.
No.
You don't know. Okay. So next time I'll bring the paperwork. Joe, on your end now, last meeting, when Dr. Roque and Gil weren't here, you said something very important. You said that as of this year, you're only going to take a salary of $110,000 because, and your answer was you thought that's enough. You asked us, don't you think that's enough?
I didn't say that.
I have a videotape, I can show it to you. You said, don't you think that's enough? To all of us, you asked the whole audience.
What's your question?
Question is, if you think that's enough, are you willing to return the close to $100,000 extra on top of your salary that you made last year? And if so, what are your thoughts on Mr. Garcia that makes $150,000 a year plus has built us over probably $300,000?
I'll answer for myself. So last year, prior to October, I was an hourly employee where I was the assistant town attorney where I billed. After that point in time, I became a salaried employee. At no point in time did I bill and receive a salary at the same time.
Okay, no problem.
Right?
And now, that you say that $100-something thousand a year is enough for your roles as an attorney. What do you think of another attorney that's making
Again,
$150? I'm asking for your thoughts. I'm not asking.
And I will give you my thoughts. My thoughts are I will comment to myself, about myself.
Mhm.
So that's what you will get.
You'll have nothing to say about somebody, an attorney
I
that's
did.
making
I said
what
I
you
will
feel
comment
is
to
more
myself.
than enough money, but billing the town for maybe over $500,000 a year. Okay. Let me see if we got anything else. We got a good time today. No, that's it. Thank you for the time.
Always thank you, Mr. Ferrero.
Yeah.